can I stay accountable with my goals? Well, the first one is your goal important to you? Okay? A lot of times we make goals that are not important to us. Does that goal help you further your life? And again, if something are important to you, you will put in the time and effort, right? But if you are not putting the time and effort, that means that goal is not important to you. Okay? So because if your goal is not important to you, then you feel like, oh, that's not important. Then you're more likely to influence by distraction from other things and other people. But if you have something that's important to you, then no matter what happened from the outside, you say, oh, I got to do this. I got to focus on my goal because it's important. But if you are likely to be pulled away by distraction, then that means you have goals that is not important to you. You might say that's important to you, but it's all come down to your action. It's all come down to your effort. Okay? If you're not putting the effort in to do something, then that's not really important to you. Okay? So if you're more likely to get distracted, then reevaluate your goal. Is that goal important to you? Okay? But if it's something that's important to you, you will stay focused. Okay? And you are unlikely to pull away from distraction. And the second thing to help you be accountable for your goal is to develop the commitment mindset. Okay? We have to be committed to our goals. And there are two things when it comes to commitment. Again, it's all come back to time and effort. Okay? In order for your goal to become successful, you need to put in the time, right? Because if you don't take the time out to take action, then how can you achieve your goal? So the time is commitment. You have to be committed to your goals. Okay? So like for example, if you have a job, do you go to work late? No, right? If you go to work late, then you get fired. The reason why you don't go to work late is because you are committed to your work. Because if you know that if you don't come to work on time and you get fired, then how can you support yourself? How can you make an earning to support your survival need? And so you go work on time because it's important to you. Because survival need is important to you. Because without the money, how can you survive? So every time you go to work on time, it's because you consider your work important to you. You cannot miss it. And so in that case, it's the same with your goals. How committed is to your goal? Do you show up for your goal on time? Okay? So if you set a date and time for your goal, you need to be committed to your goal. If you say that you set a time at 3 p.m. to achieve your goal, you need to show up at 3 p.m. to take the action step to achieve your goal. Because if you don't show up to the right time to achieve your goal, then you won't get that great feeling. You will feel very bad. So in this case, when you don't go to work on time, you get fired and then you feel bad. But if you don't show up for your goal on time, you will also feel bad because you won't be able to experience that happiness, that joy, that purpose that come with achieving your goal. So if you don't show up for your goal, then don't expect for yourself to experience those positive emotions that we want to experience as a human being. Okay? Commitment, on time. You have to be on time for your goal like you are going to work. Otherwise, you will not have the accountability, the motivation to achieve your goal the way you want. Okay? You cannot have the mindset of saying to your goal that, oh, I will do it whenever I feel like it. That's the wrong mindset. Okay? If you have that mindset, then you're more likely to procrastinate on your goal. And again, when you procrastinate, then you will not put in the effort and time into achieve the goal that the goal require you to achieve to become successful. So the next component of commitment is effort. Okay, you need to put in the effort to make your goal successful. Okay, so like for example, going back to work. If you are working and you do not put in quality work and you just do whatever and the result is not great, then you're more likely to get fired, right? Because the quality of work is not there. Okay, so in this case, it's the same with your goal. You need to put that 100% effort in to get the quality result out of your goal. Okay, because it is the quality that will get you the positive emotion. Okay, because when you put in quality of work for your goal, you will get good result, right? And when you get good result, then you feel better, you feel good, you feel more excitement, meaning, and purpose. So you want to put quality of work in. Okay, but if you put poor quality of work in, then you will not get great result. And then whatever you do for your goal, you won't feel excited and motivated because your result for your goal is like not good. And when you have poor quality result, then you won't feel excited. You won't feel motivated. And then decrease your accountability to keep moving toward your goal. Okay? So when you feel like your goal doesn't give you motivation or that positive emotion, then reevaluate on your effort. Then you put the effort in. Do not expect to get 100 results when you only put in 50% of your effort. Okay? That is an illusion. So if you're not getting the result you want and experience those positive emotions that you want out of your goal, then that means your quality and the time, the commitment level that you put in is not strong enough. Okay? And another thing to help you be accountable for your goal is to develop the mindset that what you're doing for your goal is the right thing. It's good for you. Okay? You don't need to get to the end result to feel good about yourself. Okay? You do your action step because it is good for you. You do it because it's good for your life. If you don't see the result at the end, you still take the action step because you believe that your action step is good for you. Okay, no matter what. Okay, so like for example, let's say that you have a weight loss goal, and in order to lose weight successfully, you have to eat healthy, you have to exercise, right? But the emphasis that you want to focus on is that when you're eating it healthy and exercise, you do that because it's good for you and not really about weight loss result. You eat healthy, you exercise because it is the right thing to do. You do it because it is the good thing to do. You don't need to have the result outcome to feel good about yourself because you want to have that mindset. You do it because it's good for you, okay? And because when you think like that, when you face a big goal, you will have more motivation to become successful. Because when you have big goals, the distance to achieve that goal will be long, right? It will be difficult. But when we see something long and difficult, then we feel discouraged because it's so long. We don't know how long it's going to take. And we want to achieve that goal as fast as possible, but because it's so long and you don't know how long it's going to take you, then you feel discouraged. But if you are focusing on the process by doing the right things, such as, okay, I eat healthy because it's the right thing. I exercise because the right thing. Even though I do it for weight loss, but the mindset is that you do it because it's the right thing for you. Okay? And when you think like that, you will not feel discouraged when you don't see the result, instant result. But you do it is because it's good for you. And all the goals that you have, you want to make sure you feel that way, okay? And we will have big goals that it will be long, that will be so long and be so difficult. And sometimes we get discouraged. Oh, when will I get there? And when you keep thinking like that, you decrease motivation. And when you decrease motivation, then you are unlikely to take action, okay? So you always have that mindset. My goal, my action step, I do it because it's good for me. Even though I might not get the 100% result at the end, but I do the action step anyway because it's good for my life. Okay? And again, but the irony is that if you are truly putting the effort and time in to achieve your goal, you will achieve your goals no matter what. Yes, it might not come early or soon, but sooner or later, you will achieve your goal if you are doing the right action step. Okay? But the key is that if you have a goal that's long, then it might be, discouraged at the beginning when you can't get there as soon as possible. And that's why you want to develop the mindset. My action step, I do it because it's good for me. Okay? I do it because it will help me in the moment to become a better person. And when you have that mindset, you have more motivation to keep on moving forward and be accountable for your goals. Okay?